Hi everyone, thanks for watching my channel. It's Mel at Texas EI Registered. In this video, I'm going to talk about EMSA, Emergency Medical Service Authority, that has policy and procedure that governs out-of-state nurses to practice here in California in response to COVID-19. And the second topic is my own experience of what I did to follow up on my nursing license application here in California. And the third topic is about my whole experience here working and living in Bay Area. First topic is EMSA. EMSA is Emergency Medical Service Authority that governs out-of-state medical personnel to practice here in California. On my last video, it talks about when it was expiring. It was expiring in June the 30th of 2022, and they extend that indefinitely. Right now, there's no expiration date. We don't know when it's going to expire, but the expiration is going to be set forth by the California Department of Social Services through the duration of the emergency, which is the COVID-19. As long as they think that the COVID-19 is still outbreak with the Omicron virus, they extended it indefinitely, and they don't know when they're going to expire. If the Department of Social Services feels like we don't need it anymore, the emergency for COVID-19, it's not necessary, then they're going to determine that expiration for that. But in the meantime, we don't have the expiration for that. So if you're out of state and you want to come to California to work, this is the best time. And if you want to take advantage of the time that you don't have to process the California application for nursing license, then this is a great time to travel and come here to see how you like it. And if you feel like you want to stay here, then you can apply for licensing. So that goes into my next topic, is the licensing for nurses in California. Obtaining nursing license here in California is not the same for everyone. With different people that I know, friends of mine that came to California with me, they have different experience than I am. But I'm going to tell you here my own experience of obtaining license here in California. If you watch my last video, it talked about what my struggle to obtain my nursing license here in California. I came here in December, and I came as an emergency licensing, which expired supposed to be in March. They extended the EMSA to June the 30th of this year, and I applied my nursing license somewhere in February, and it was toward 3 months, and I haven't received my license, so I was freaking out at that time. I felt like the emergency licensing was not reliable because there was, in the beginning of the year, there was an expiration from March, and then they extended it to June. So there was not really a solid foundation for me to say I'm going to stay on the emergency license. And so I applied my nursing license because I was planning to stay here longer than what they say about the emergency license. So initially, when I applied for the nursing license here in California, I initially applied for a permanent, and then I applied for a temporary license because I thought the temporary license would come in before the permanent, because it seems like I was having a hard time getting my permanent license. So when I applied for a temporary license, I thought it would get approved immediately or sooner than permanent license, but it didn't work that way. With my own experience, it didn't really matter if I was applying for permanent license or temporary licensing to the California Board of Nursing, because you still have to provide exactly the same documents, and the process of it is exactly the same to me. And so I advise that you go ahead and apply for permanent licensing immediately and provide all the documents necessary. To me, I shouldn't have a problem of applying license in California because I graduated in the United States, and so it should have been easy for the transcript to be transmitted to them, but I had a hard time. It took me 3 tries to request the transcript to be sent to them before it really got to the California Board of Nursing. I don't know what happened to the first and the second request. I paid 3 times, although it's not a lot of money, but it's a lot of times and a lot of agony having to request it and having to follow up with them. So to follow up with your application to the California Board of Nursing is very tricky, and it's different experience for everybody. Like I said, I'm going to tell you what my experience is. So The California Board of Nursing will tell you do not contact them because it may cause delay. If you email them and you call them, it will go back to the beginning, and all of that they say. Even on the website they say that. But in my experience, it was the best thing that I've done, that I called them. I was persistently calling them. It's so hard to get through to them. In fact, some people would say, no, they don't answer calls. They don't answer, you just email them. And different people have different experience. One of my coworkers, she emailed certain people and there was one staff that was communicating with her, but that's not the case for all my friends. In my experience, I have called. Even though they said do not call, make a call. So what I did with mine is sat there, it just tells you, go to detail and check with your application and what's the status and follow up with them, provide documentation. It doesn't tell you exactly where your document, who has your documents. And so when you have time, make a call. The California Board of Nursing has voicemail. Sometimes they'll say it's full, and just persistently call every day, and there will be time that you can leave a message. And few times that I've called, I was able to leave a message and they called me back. Every time I called and left the message, they called me back. The only problem was I was working, and if I was running errands, I couldn't pick up the call. So I was playing phone tag with California Board of Nursing. So it's a proof that they will give you a call. So finally, I got hold to somebody. I was sweating because I was so excited. It was a phone tag back and forth, calling them. And somebody was calling me, and everyone that I've experienced with California Board of Nursing, the staff is very nice and very helpful. The first time that I have gone through and spoke with somebody was the person that told me that my transcript wasn't received and the follow-up and the paperwork that I needed. And so I had spoken with somebody. None of those information I was able to see on the website, on my account, on the detail where they tell you to check with your application. The second phone call that I got was to finalize my license. On the detail, it says that it was in process, it was still red, there was nothing showing that my transcript was received, although my college said that they transferred it to them electronically and somebody received it, but it did not tell me who received it. I never regret calling them and be persistent because that paid off in the end. Somebody called me one day and I told them about my dilemma, that I have been waiting for my license, and this person was very helpful. She was able to help me and she had me on hold. I was on the phone with her for almost an hour. She went through my application looking for my transcript, and I don't know what they did, but she was able to find it in the system that she said that she's got my transcript. And on that day, she approved my license, and I was surprised when she gave me a number. I didn't even know what number she was giving me, but it turns out that it was my license number, and that was a very happy ending. And so guys, I advise that you guys make a call and follow up with them, even though they will say their voicemail is full. At some point in the day, some of their voicemail will take your call. And they are very good at returning your phone call. Just be prepared, because if you leave the message today, most likely if you leave it in the morning, they will call you in the afternoon. If you call it in the afternoon, they'll call you the next day. So just be prepared to accept calls from a known number. So don't automatically believe that they won't take calls and that they will get angry if you call or email them. Please be patient and do that, and I suggest that you make a call. It's because it makes a difference with your application. At the end of the day, it's your license, and do what is best for you. So let's go with my experience living here in Bay Area, being here for almost 9 months. The good news is a couple of my friends already moved here in Bay Area. I was able to recommend them to my agency and to where I work. And so I'm happy about that. We're all living together. It's not expensive anymore because we rented a nice home, a gated home, for $5,000 something a month, and we are splitting it 3 ways. And so that's not too bad. It's like $1,700 each person, and it's in a very safe neighborhood, walking distance to my job. So that's a very good experience. So to say the least, if you are alone coming here, there is a way to live here in the budget, and then there are housing that are in a safe neighborhood. It's still affordable, so it's not really that bad. What I have talked in the last video, that I was having a hard time. I was paying 4K on a hotel, which is a safe hotel. I never regret living there because I was safe. I lived there for 4 months and I enjoyed it, and I had a really good experience there. It's not that bad living here in Bay Area, especially if you know somebody, you have friends, and you're able to make friends, and you don't feel alone. And so it's not that really bad. The homelessness is still there, but it's tolerable. You get used to it if you live here. The bad news is I've been here for 9 months, and this is my last contract. It will end in December. I will return to Texas, and hopefully I will come back to California area, 50 minutes from where I work now, for tax purposes. So we'll talk about that on the next video, how the tax work, because there are a lot of questions really, what happened with the stipend and the taxable income here in Bay Area. So that would be another topic. And thank you guys for watching my channel, and I hope this helps you guys to kind of make a decision if you want to live and work here in Bay Area. And if you have any questions, please drop me a comment below. I will answer you immediately. And thank you guys for watching. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.